Hi, I'm Vanina Grisogne. I'm co-founder and director of Women's Studies at Bindu Institute. And today, I'm here to share with you what I consider the five most powerful lifestyle tweaks for women health and well-being. I'm not going to share trends or acts. It's really foundations, what every woman needs to know to transform their health, their energy, their cycles, and their nervous system. These are simple, and for many women, they will change everything. So let's dive in. One, it's important to see our menstrual cycle as a vital sign. What do I mean by that? Is that just like blood pressure or body temperature, our menstrual cycle is a vital sign of health. It's one of the most sophisticated feedback that our female body has. Yet we were never taught to read it. A healthy cycles tell us that the nervous system, our hormones, our metabolism, our energy availability are working well for us. And what's really interesting about it is that our imbalances in our cycle will show up way before any symptoms appear anywhere else in the body. So, any imbalances, irregularity, painful period, PMS, missing ovulation, any of that should be considered a warning sign that something is going on below the surface. I've worked with so many women who later on in life would develop hormonal or metabolic issues. And when we looked back, the signs were already there in their cycles. And we're not being taught what's normal or not. We think painful period are normal. We think PMS is normal. None of that is normal. And it's a sign that something else is at stage. So learning to track and understand our cycle is one of the most powerful way to become sovereign in your health as a woman. Two, strength training is a non-negotiable. And I can tell you, I resisted this one quite a lot. But I have to say that muscle mass is one of the more underestimated tools for women health. Strength training is not about the shape or the look of our body. It's really about a foundational component to support hormonal health, nervous system regulation, blood sugar balance, bone density, and overall longevity. And this become really important in your 30s, in your late 30s, but especially starting in your early 40s. Because if you do nothing as a woman, we will lose 1% muscle mass per year. And that will increase to 2% muscle mass per year as soon as we are menopausal. So we need to work against this decline, natural decline in muscle mass to really build a strong foundation, ideally before we hit menopause, as a good preparation for it. And and as a side effect, I've really seen women regain confidence, stability, energy simply by introducing consistent strength training. So I'm training now 4 times per week. I resisted it. So you can start too. And remember that strong muscle supports strong hormones, and strong hormones support our long-term well-being. Three, nervous system care must be front and center. And I think we all hear that quite a lot nowadays. And because this one is huge, really. And I see some women doing all the right things, the supplements, the nutrition, the workout, and still struggle with their cycles, their fertility, their level of energy, or are going through a rough patch through perimenopause. Why? Oftentimes the answer is found in the nervous system, and they have nervous system that is overloaded. And this become really important when preparing for or moving through menopause, because our ovarian hormone production estrogens will no longer be being produced by our ovaries. They will be produced by the adrenals that will need to take over. And if the nervous system is already depleted, the transition becomes much harder. So we all need to learn and include nervous system regulation in our toolbox. It can be breath work, walking in nature, restorative yoga is one of my favorite, heat therapy, and there's quite a lot of resources out there, and you find more in Bindu as well. 4, breakfast. Yeah, breakfast before menopause is not optional. And this one can feel controversial because we hear a lot about fasting, how healthy it is to intermittent fast, and I have to say it's healthy for men, and a lot of health trends have been researched for men, and can be an interesting tool as well for menopausal women. But as a cyclic woman, research shows that it can be really destabilizing for our hormonal system. So for when we are cyclic, and if you want to have a baby or not, really hormonal health is for every woman before menopause. Breakfast is a foundation, and every morning breakfast provides us with a stable blood sugar, which directly impacts inflammation levels in the body, hormone balance, insulin sensitivity, but also anxiety and mood, and it will really support mental health. And I've really seen women experiencing dramatic relief from anxiety, fatigue, PMS, simply by introducing a savory breakfast that will be composed of proteins, fiber, and healthy fat. And if you're like me and in the winter, you still love to have your bowl of warm porridge, you can always use some protein powder to add to your breakfast. And for women before menopause, this healthy nourishment and protein rich breakfast will really protect their hormonal health and other system in the body. 5, my favorite one. Let's all reclaim our superpowers as a cyclic woman. I think we've been taught that our cycles are something that we need to manage, to endure, and even to medicate in many ways. And that's really a way we've been taught to override our bodies and our natural rhythm, because that's what's expected of us, to perform in a really linear masculine model way of living, and productivity really it's expected to be really linear. But the truth is, as women, we cycle through the months, and what the cycle of a man is within a day. So a man could do everything every day, but our cycles it goes through a whole month. So we have to shift from seeing our cyclic nature as a weakness and really see it as a superpower. See how at different phases of the month we have a deeper intuition, and it will become really easy to make decisions and know what's best for us. Or at some other part of the month we have strong creativity, we'll be bursting with new ideas. Some part of the month we're really magnetic, it's really easy to get our point across, to negotiate something, for people to say yes to us. That's really nice. Some part of the month we're really good at communicating, collaborating. Some other part of the month really well organized, logic, and we can execute it and get so many things done. And some of the time we are really good at reflecting, seeing if everything in our life is aligned, seeing what needs to be shifted, adjusted. And when women learn to work with those rhythms and not against them, life becomes less exhausting and truly magical, I have to say. And I've really seen women take that on and transform their work, their relationship, and simply their relationship with themselves, because we simply stop fighting against our own nature. So it's not about doing less, but it's really learning what to do in the right moment. So those five shifts are not quick fixes. Those are all invitation to come back into relationship with your body and connect to really the magic of our female bodies. It is highly intelligent and it is constantly communicating with us. And when we learn to listen, everything changes.